I'm using a similar philosophy with the men, where a very deserving person who didn't get it in 21 is going to get it in 22. So for 21, Rojas was a contender. Thompson Hurrah ends up winning it. But I think also McLaughlin and Sifan Hassan. McLaughlin because of world record, Sifan Hassan because she attempted the triple. Of that group, Rojas has already got it. She's got to beat her own world record. McLaughlin would have to beat her world record and beat Dalilah Muhammad, which is going to be tough. I don't think they'll give it to Thompson Hurrah back to back unless she breaks a world record. I like Sifan Hassan because I think she's going to be able to win at least two again. And then I think she's going to be able to get one world record at least. So she'll either get the 10,000 record back that she held for a day, or she'll go and get that 5,000 record and maybe even put it under 14 minutes. And I think that's going to have a, just solidify a really strong case for Sifan Hassan. If she does anything close to 20, what she did in 21, then I think she'll get it in 22. 22 was just really tough, or 21 was really tough to get athlete of the year. A lot of good candidates.
So I like your pick, Safana San, but I'm getting a vibe that maybe Safana San kind of takes her foot off the gas a bit. You know, try to extend that career long. You don't need to be going for broke every single year, year in and year out. You want to be able to still keep this career going into 2024. So I think she still does well. I just don't think she maybe dominates as much. I think she
Hmm.
might, So I'm going to go with someone who I think is going to dominate, and that is a Thing Mo. I think a
Good
Thing
pick.
Mo not only dominates, I think she goes undefeated. I think she breaks the world record in the 800,
Hmm.
and I think she is the anchor of the 4x4 that also breaks the world record, and she will be the star of Worlds of
Yeah.
being like winning everything. So that's my pick.
The minimum requirement, though, feels like a world record and or double gold undefeated season. And in her event, because the way the schedule is, we know she probably won't be able to double 4-8. Yeah, she could get the 4x4. So I think she would have to get the world record, which is going to be very tough to do. Is it doable? Yeah, I'm not going to count her out. But you can see what the requirements are. Now, maybe it'll be an off year. Maybe the times won't be as quick as they were in 2021. Maybe there won't be a 1-2 double. Maybe there won't be a 5-10 double. Because that always knocks somebody out. Because if someone gets a 1-2 double, that's automatic trip to Monaco. 5-10 double, automatic trip to Monaco. And if you get a world record, usually, then you've narrowed it down far enough to where you're probably going to be at least a finalist. So with her in the 800, I think she'd have to get the world record. So on that one, you're basically betting she's going to get the world record. I think she's
What
going to go
if
undefeated. I think there's no doubt she's going to go undefeated. I feel really good about that.
what if you're the first ever Norwegian to win a Commonwealth title? That's worthy of absolutely
Define the
incredible.
odds. I
Fine,
so
yeah.
I also so here's another route. I just thought of this. There's another route for a thing, Mo. She can't double at the world champs, but she can put out some impressive 400-meter performances. So maybe she breaks the American record in the quarter at some point. So she
Yeah.
adds other stuff to her resume. She's a non-traditional runner in terms of breaking the mold with the 4-8. In the same way Safana San is in terms of going for three events. So those athletes, perhaps they have a little bit more wiggle room in what they can put on their resume to make themselves an attractive candidate for this. But I think she would be a pick for me for a finalist. I think Safana San's going to get it, but I think for sure she's going to be a finalist. That's a good pick.
I mean, I don't think she would do it, but like the perfect thing for her to do would be run like a couple focus on a little bit more on the four during the Diamond League
Uh-huh.
and win the 400 Diamond League title, have the 800 world title, have
Yeah.
the 4x4 world title. So then you have these three world type titles, and
Yeah.
then I have one of them be a world record. So
Also, World Athletics obviously really loves indoors because they're gonna have a world championship this year,
that's
and I
true.
think they're gonna put more weight on that than most people will. And I have no idea who's planning on running world indoors, but that could be a way to move up the rankings and potentially get the win.
So when mentioned. Donovan Drayton, Christine Momba can take part in them. She could take part in world champs, under 20s, Commonwealth, and worlds, and be the first to do all four.
Mm.
That, I mean, Christine Mboma could run 9 seconds in the 100, 20 seconds in the 200. She could go out there and win the marathon, and they're never going to give
Hmm.
it to her because World Athletics already is trying to put a crutch on her career. But yeah, that'll be kind of wild. Indoors, U20s, Commonwealth, and Worlds all in the same year. It's a lot of
The
rice.
quad, as it's known.
Quad, first ever quad champ.
Semenya never won Athlete of the Year. Just to put that out there.
Yep.
First person to break a major indoor world record. I got two of them. One of them is the guy I've already talked about, Krauser, because the indoor record is under 23. I don't think there's a reason why he can't do what he did outdoors, indoors. So I think he'll be the first one to get a world record indoors. And then my second one, I haven't spoken about this person yet, but Faith Kipyegon, I think, can get it indoors in the 1500. And that mark, she's obviously run 351 outdoors. The mark is 353 by Gudov Sagai. We know she's better than Gudov Sagai. She's beaten her on a number of occasions. So I think as long as she gets an opportunity, she can run 353. We know she likes to chase records. Remember 2020, she kept going for the 1,000-meter outdoor record. If you're willing to go for the 1,000-meter record, I think you're going to be willing to go for a 1,500-meter record indoors. So I'm going to go with Kipyegon on the women's side. You don't have to have a men's and women's pick, but I did.
Yeah, I like how I when I read this prediction, it said first person to break a major indoor world record because
Yeah, we're not talking 600.
I didn't see that because I was like, oh, world record easily 600, 300. Someone's gonna run like a 500-yard world record. I was ready to
Yeah.
list off like 12 college kids who were gonna break world records. But then I saw the word major indoor world record, so I had to limit
they all
to
go.
actual events.
They all go to
I'm gonna
Penn
just
State.
yeah, they all go to Penn State. I'm just gonna lean into my athlete of the year pick. I gotta if I think a thing Mo's gonna win athlete of the year, I gotta think she's gonna break a world record. So let's see Mo run 155 indoors. Why not?
Yeah.
155.82 is the record. It would be incredible. She ran 155 mid. Um, she goes to BU. It would happen. I mean, I don't know what her indoor schedule is yet. She hasn't really announced what her plans are. She hasn't been so we don't really know. And sometimes indoor seasons for pros is really short. It's like 3 races
Yeah.
max, or even 2. So it's gonna be hard for her to get.